Hi, I'm Elise Isbell, and my company is called Rightwise Communications, and we design and deliver corporate training. And I've been doing a series of videos about gaslighting. And this video, we start to talk about behaviors and not just things that people say. And so, gaslighting essentially is an attempt to change somebody's reality or the perception they have of what happened in any given situation. And it usually tries to make the victim look bad and the gaslighter look good or better. And so we've been talking about things people say. And in this series of videos, you can listen to these in any order you want. And so today's session, we're going to be talking about microaggressions. And microaggressions typically can refer to things like that involve racism or ignorance, but they are passive aggressive words and behaviors that can cause people to be devalued or discounted, and especially when they're done on purpose and or repeated on purpose and or repeated. When someone repeats a particular microaggression, that's actually a choice. Behavior is a choice. And so let me share my screen and let's look at a few examples of microaggressions. All right, here we go. And so the first one we're going to talk about is pronouncing or spelling your name incorrectly, repeatedly. And when you think about people and interacting with other people, people's names are their most personal aspect. That's the most personal thing a person can have is their name. And if you can pronounce charcuterie, you can pronounce someone's name correctly. And this includes spelling with all of the pronunciation accent marks or conventions that different languages use. You have to make a little bit more effort to find those, like the Spanish tilde. An accent mark is a little bit easier unless it goes above the letter, and in which case you got to make an effort to find that. And so my name in the middle, my middle name has an accent mark. And my first full name is not easy to pronounce. But if you just sound it out, it's easy. Elise, but my full name is Merle-Elise. Merle, Elise. Can you pronounce Merle? Yes. Can you pronounce Elise? Yes. Then you can pronounce Merle-Elise. And so this is something that you want to watch out for. If you see this happening and it's happening repeatedly, it's not just an oversight. It's on purpose. It's a microaggression. Passive aggressive put downs. Pretty much everything that we're going to talk about today is a passive aggressive put down. But they're minimizing statements, and they're designed by the gaslighter to make you feel less than you really are, to devalue you, to discount you. Some examples might be, oh, you're from Houston. I'm sorry. A lady said that to me at an event one time. Another one is, I don't believe I know you. Pretending like you don't know someone is gaslighting, especially if you've been to their house several times. This is more than just, oh, I forgot your name. I'm telling you, the gaslighter is saying, you don't register enough in my memory to remember you. You're unmemorable. And so if people do that to you, that's on purpose, especially if it happens more than once. One-upping is very common with people. I don't know why people feel the need to constantly share things that are bigger, better, and badder with others. It just is a subtle way of showing superiority. maybe they do it out of insecurity. I don't know, but it creates this perception other people and their experiences don't matter, and that's a microaggression. Leaving you out of important meetings or events, and when this is intentional, man, it can be very, very hurtful. And we see this sometimes in retaliation situations. It's powerful because humans are communal creatures, communal beings. And when people are left out, they're more vulnerable, especially when the gaslighter gets other people to go along with them. And then the last one in modern day, this is the modern day version of the silent treatment, and it's called ghosting. It's passive aggressive, it is indirect, and it is disrespectful. And so, it's not caring enough to even communicate or doing that deliberately. It's like voting somebody off the island and now they're not a part of your life anymore. And it can be disrespectful. One caveat here is that sometimes to protect yourself, you do need to ghost people. And in that regard, you're not doing it to devalue them. You're doing it to protect yourself. I think that's perfectly okay. But ghosting someone to exclude them or to minimize them or to make them feel more vulnerable and left out, that's mean. And that's gaslighting. All right, so that's what we've been talking about today is gaslighting. And so in gaslighting terms, we're describing behaviors that are a little more overt. They're not just things that people say, they're things that people are doing. And behavior is a choice. And these behaviors that we are discussing are indirect, they're passive, they're sneaky, they're mean spirited. They're used to hurt and exclude. And that is different than just a plain oversight. It makes the difference between, gaslighting and it's something that's innocent and not purposeful. All right, so that's a little bit more about gaslighting. I'm going to keep doing these videos and let you know the next one is going to be all behavior as well. This one was kind of half and half, talking and words and half behaviors. But next time we're going to really get into subtle behaviors that demonstrate gaslighting. All right. So once again, my name is Elise Isbell. I am in the Houston area. My company is called Rightwise Communications, and we design and deliver corporate training. So if you would like training courses about communication topics, writing, speaking, and interpersonal skills, we can support your efforts and your training for that. So until the next video, good luck, and we'll see you next time. Bye.